This is the last place where we want to find ourselves. But if you're with the right people and you're in a safe place, then you need to worry not. And at Limuru Cottage, we ensure that we give you a caring heart and healing hands. And today, as we discuss about the first aid kit and the things that you need to have in case of an emergency, in case of an accident at home, I'd want you to think about getting the right place for your medication. Don't go away, we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to Health 101. And hey, leo nakwambia najisikia. Niko karibu kuitwa Daktari Karema. Mkiniona huko nje msinipuuze. Today, this year, hey, this year. Mtajua hamjui. Welcome.
Asante.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Tulikuwa hapa lini? Christmas. Tukimbia watu hapa Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Please say hi to people and let us know the plan for the new year.
Great. Happy New Year, everyone. Very good to have you back on our show, Health 101, Limuru Cottage Hospital. And we are really glad to have you back in the new year and really thank God for this new year. Just getting to cross into the new year is not, we don't take it for granted, so we thank God. And for us at Limuru Cottage Hospital, this year we are actually very, very focused and very intentional to give you enhanced customer experience for our clients.
Yes.
And over and above that, we are focused mainly on preventive medicine. And when I say preventive medicine is, even though we will be offering the curative services, you come with a HOMA, we give you medication, we also want to enhance and get our clients to have as much information as possible that will enhance their health, that will help them to keep healthy in the new year, so that they don't make too many visits to the hospital if they don't have to, and at the same time, of course, make sure that they are living a healthy life.
I think hapo ndo tunafaa tunapiga makofi. Where do you find this? Which hospital? Apart from Limuru Cottage. Yani wanaensure ushindi hospitali. That is a very good plan.
Yep.
That one is a good one.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, today we're talking about first aid. And the last time we discussed about it, but today we want to show you the kit itself. What needs to be in the kit. And I won't be doing this. Mary will be doing this. Ndio hata mimi nikinunua ka first aid kit.
Utaki kuwa daktari.
Why? Ndio nina learn. Very soon nakuwa naitwa daktari. The tips that you're giving us.
Welcome to the club.
So yes, please take us through.
Great. Now, last time we were talking about having a small first aid kit in your home as a way of ensuring that if you have issues in the house that you can attend to, you are not running around in the middle of the night looking for this, looking for that. And so we want to help you, first of all, put together something if you don't already have it.
Yes.
But if you have a first aid kit in the home, sometimes we find that people buy the kit and then they don't know what is in the kit, and they know what is in the kit, but they don't know how to use it. So it sort of becomes not very useful.
Yes.
You can custom make your own first aid kit in the home. And depending on who you are, whether you are maybe just a couple, 2 adults in the home, or you are a family person where you have little tots and they run around and they get cuts and grazes and all sorts of things, or it's an elderly couple or an elder person living by themselves, it's very, very important to have something at least that can help you in an emergency at home.
Yes.
So with me, I have actually put together a pretty customized first aid kit, and I will take us through some of the things that are in the kit. Some of them are not necessarily what you find in a commercial kit, but you can put together something for yourself that makes it cheap for you. You don't have to spend a lot of money buying an entire kit. But of course, if you have, if you partially prepared kit, that's also fine.
Yeah.
So with me here I have a sample of a kit that one can put together. And basically when you're putting together a kit, you're trying to think what are the common accidents that you find at home. Things like cuts, things like bleeding, things like burns, maybe pain in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So
Headache.
even headache, you know, a child getting fever in the night.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And it can be as big as you want or as small as you want. It just depends on, you know, your experience. And remember, you're not also using medication that is prescription medication. You're just using, if it's medication, it's over-the-counter medication. So just nice to have something that can help you in case of an emergency.
Okay.
So my kit has very basic, very basic equipment. I'll start with the dawas,
Yes.
or what we can call the dawas. So ideally you should have an antiseptic that is usually basically for cleaning wounds and stuff like that. And it's up to you to buy whatever brand you want to use. It doesn't have necessarily to be one brand. This is just for demonstration.
Okay.
You want to have surgical spirit, and I'll talk about why you need all that. You can have elastoplast. You can have, in my kit I have pain medication.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking adult as well as children. You can have pain and fever medication for children. You can have a little bit of cotton wool.
Yeah.
You can have
A bandage.
This is a bandage. You can have a little towel, or you can actually have even a scarf, and I'll show you why you need this.
Hata mimi hiyo nataka kujua sana.
And you can have gauze.
Yes.
You can have these pre-packed gauzes, or you can have, this can act as a gauze for you.
The cloth?
A tiny little towel or cloth can work for that.
Okay.
This is a cream that can be used for burns. And again, they come in all sorts of different names from different companies, so it just depends on what you want to buy. I've put a little mask inside here for myself. Now, of course, we know since COVID, we know how to use.
Necessary.
Yep. A sanitary towel, and this can actually be used for many different things.
Hey.
Yes. So
We shall know.
scissors. I like to use scissors instead of blades.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, especially for people who have small children and maybe the blade is open and it is exposed, and for whatever reason a child can access this. If you're going to have medication, probably for fever, for example, sometimes it's good to use bottles that children cannot open.
Okay.
So there are those bottles that have this kind of top where it just goes round and round, and unless you apply a little bit of pressure to open.
Yes.
And this is because of the danger of children accessing your kit and opening and overdosing themselves with probably cough syrup or whatever medication, pain medication that you have in your kit. Of course, for safety's sake, once you have a kit like this, you want to identify a place where you keep it in the house. And for those of you, say mothers, parents of young children, you want to ensure that your caregiver knows where the kit is. Otherwise, it doesn't help when
Something
happens and she doesn't even know where the kit is. So keep it somewhere where everybody can access it.
Yes.
Don't have it in your bedroom and then you lock your bedroom when you're going to work, and the child is with a caregiver and then they cannot access this. So So it is very basic, like I said, and you can add lots of things depending on, you can add gloves if you like.
Yes.
And gloves are available, you know, in pharmacies. You can
yes,
buy
yes.
the latex gloves that can be used maybe when you're handling blood, for example. But this is as basic as I can get it, just so that people start to understand that they need some of these things in the house. So like I said, cotton wool, you can use it to clean maybe a cut. Maybe somebody has cut themselves with a knife, and now you want to clean. You can use the gloves that we're talking about. If you just wear the gloves and clean the blood, and maybe apply elastoplast, and that's it.
Yeah.
If it is your child, again, you do the same thing.
Can it be used when someone is nose bleeding?
The cotton wool. Yes, to wipe away.
Okay.
You can use this. You can use the little towel, or you can use the gauze. And I'll open the gauze so that you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Gauze is just this is gauze. So it's it's like cotton wool, only that it looks like a material. So it's probably easier to use, like when you want to wipe off something, maybe blood, or if maybe you want to hold somebody's nose when they're bleeding, because when somebody's nose bleeding, you want to pinch the top of the nose. So maybe there was a little bit of blood. You can use the gauze.
Yes.
If you don't have gloves.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you can use that. This is also something that you can use if you have somebody maybe who's having significant bleeding. Maybe somebody was chopping something with a panga, and they cut through,
themselves,
and maybe now blood is really gushing. You can have a clean. It doesn't have to be gauze. You can have a clean towel, a small towel, maybe smaller even than this. You can even have that sanitary pad that I was talking about.
Yeah, interesting.
And just apply it on the wound directly and apply pressure. And like I remember we mentioned last time that if somebody is bleeding, first aid for bleeding is actually just applying pressure for quite sometimes a significant amount of time, maybe 5 minutes, and you keep checking. So like you can actually just apply directly on the wound and keep that pressure on for some time. So if you have this, you can use. If you have gauze, you can still use it. But remember, if maybe it's significant bleeding, you can see the reason. Yeah, you can see the reason.
Yeah.
And that's why even a sanitary pad
will work out.
Apply it.
Ah, okay.
And
I have never thought of it that way.
Yes, yes. So you can use that.
Okay.
So crepe bandage is also used in many different ways. It can be used to support maybe a limb that you are thinking probably has been injured. It can also be used to support, like the towel. If somebody has been bleeding and now you don't want to remove the towel, but you want to tie it around.
Okay.
So you can use crepe bandage, and it sort of expands. So it's a really good. It's a must-have in your first aid kit.
Yes.
Because it can also be used. Say, for example, you are somebody has hurt their ankle, or you're suspecting probably even a fracture, and you are out there in the boonies, and you want to support the fracture with maybe 2 sticks.
Yeah.
What else do you? You can use crepe bandage. You can use belts. You can use all sorts of things. But when you're putting together your first aid kit, crepe
that's
bandage
necessary.
Is a good thing to have.
Okay.
Okay. It has a little pin that you hold. You can hold it in place like that.
Okay.
So that's the crepe bandage. I had my scarf, and sometimes we have what we call triangular bandages that come with commercially prepared first aid kits, and they will be actually something like this. A triangular bandage.
Okay.
If you buy a kit, you'll find a triangular bandage like this, but you can also have a scarf that you can use it. You can use a triangular bandage.
That you
Most-
can fold into a triangular. Yeah.
Exactly. Most of the time, these triangular bandages are used to actually support as well. Like maybe somebody was running, a child was running, and they have injured their arm, and you're not quite sure whether they fractured it or not, and you want to support the arm. So, like for example, I can even apply it on you. So maybe you have injured your arm, so you can actually put the triangular bandage across like that, and you can place the arm, the injured arm, over the triangular bandage, and then tie it. And this is usually just to support.
Okay. Si tumemtibu.
Si haujamtibu, unamsupport. So if because you also don't want the arm to move, you don't know whether it's fractured or not.
Yes.
So even when they're walking,
They should.
see, it feels comfortable.
It does. It
Yeah,
does,
you
it
just
does.
let it, you relax it on yourself, and you can now help this person to walk around.
Okay.
That's the use of the triangular
Until
bandage.
further medication.
Until you get to,
To the hospital.
yes.
Okay. That one is I've actually
Never thought about
Yeah.
it. This can also be used as the crepe bandage. So like you don't have anything to tie around maybe a bleeding cut.
Yes.
Apply that, and you can actually just
Tie it around.
tie it around.
Yeah.
You see,
Yes.
so it can be used.
It has so many.
It has a lot
So
of
many
uses.
useful, yes.
Yes, and it doesn't necessarily have to be. It just needs to be a clean scarf.
Yes.
That's all.
So what we need to ensure is everything is clean. Whatever is in the kit is
Yes,
clean.
it's clean. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be sterile. Just clean.
Okay.
Even when there's a big cut and you're at home and you're wondering, sasa nikiweka hivi itakuwa chafu. As long as it's clean, just put it there.
Wekelea. Yeah.
Ukifika hospitali, the
doctor
sterility
will-
starts there.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
loving this. I don't know if you're loving it, man. I am learning a lot of things.
Scissors, because you want probably to cut
Yes.
that, or probably you also want to cut this into a smaller size. So that's also something good to have. I mentioned tablets that you can keep.
Yeah.
Pain medication, paracetamol. Usually I recommend paracetamol. Some people will say, oh, can I put Brufen in there? Can I put this? Can I put that? For a first aid kit, just try and make it as basic and as minimal as possible.
Okay.
Because once you put too many things, then you get a bit confused, especially if you're not, in the medical profession.
Yes.
I talked about the antiseptics, surgical spirit, the antiseptic Dettol, Savlon, whatever it is you can find, paracetamol syrup
For the
young
babies.
ones. Critical.
True. Very,
Yeah,
very.
critical.
Yeah. Especially at night when you can't send someone for over the
3
counter
a.m.
for,
in- 3 a.m. in the morning and baby has fever. And you need to prepare yourself before you get to the hospital. You want to bring that fever down.
Yes.
You need to have something like that.
Yes.
This is a burn cream, and again for burns, small burns. Maybe you are ironing your clothes and suddenly you pitisha hiyo pasi kidogo tu,
Inakuchoma.
kuchoma mahali.
Vitu kama hizi.
You can apply the cream.
Yes.
But remember, we said first aid, the first thing you do for burns is to run under running
Cold
cold
water. Yes.
for like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yes.
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 I talked about elastoplast, and again, this goes without saying. You need to cover your cuts, bites, whatever it is. So basically, this is your first aid kit. You can have it as big or as small as you want it to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And mothers, I think this is very necessary for us because, for a family, this is quite necessary. Doesn't mean nyinyi singles at msikuwe nayo, but yeah.
Everybody needs to have a first aid kit in the house. And just also remember, after first aid, you want to seek medical attention. We can give you our numbers if you want to call us, you want to reach out to us. If something has happened at home, to give advice. Sometimes you're confused, you're like, should I go to the hospital? Should I wait until morning? Should I go? Should I? reach out to us. We are able to give you that advice for free.
Okay, and of course, we are going to write down our numbers so that in case of an emergency at home, you can reach us very easy. Don't feel ashamed. I'm afraid of calling. You can call any time of the day, any time of the night. We are available 247 for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been your host, Karema, and remember to follow us on our social media platforms, Limuru Cottage, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Tuongeleshe. Let us know what you think and what's your plan for the new year. We have set up the good plans for you for the year. Yes. So until next time, adios.
Bye.